This is Bit King coming to you January the 20th, 2021. I'm here basically to tell you if you're looking for a way to protect yourself from the quote unquote great reset, which friends, it's not a conspiracy theory. I know there's all kinds of people who are more than happy to dig a massive hole in the sand, stick their head in it, and bury themselves. They figure, anybody who's talking about the so-called Great Reset and whatever that is just into conspiracies. It's not conspiracy. Do yourself a favor. Don't take my word for it. Go research. You just go on the internet, type in International Monetary Fund, the World Monetary Fund, any one of those things, and you'll see it right there. This is the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, basically have international authority dealing with monetary policies, and there's all kinds of other things involved with them, who are basically promoting that the world governments in 2021 adopt a grand reset program. In other words, and what they're planning to do with this great reset, just to really give a quick synopsis, is they're going to offer everybody in these countries, all the participating countries and in most of the Western hemisphere, especially, they're offering them, their citizens, the governments will be offering their citizens to pay off all their debt, get them out debt free. I can imagine many of you probably have amassed a considerable amount of debt since COVID started last year. You've taken, 50% of your pay home, and many of you have lost your businesses, maybe not even working. Some of you have done really well, but majority of you haven't. As we've had to deal with these disastrous lockdown policies, which does nothing for the economy, does nothing for our psyche, does nothing for our confidence. It's just oppressive, depressed state of existence for all of us. Anyways, long and short of it is the amount of debt that will have accumulated personally, not only corporately, will be astronomical. And so they're planning to just basically set everything back to zero. And to do that, though, paying off your debt, they're gonna have it in a situation where you'll be signing away your right to have ownership of anything down the road, whether that's private property, wealth, savings, cash in your bank. I'm telling you, this is coming. And for those of you who are Americans, Joe Biden has already indicated that he is a big proponent of the Great Reset, and he's going to buy into this. This is basically a socialist policy, the socialist scam. The left in the Western Hemisphere have figured out a way to basically exploit the pandemic and take advantage, take away the engine behind capitalism, which is the ability for people to enrich themselves through profit, through enterprise, and have an ownership stake in both wealth, in money, in gold, in bullion, in real estate, you name it, whatever it is that you've accumulated. This is their way to basically take it away from you and make us all wards of the state. Of course, they're claiming we're going to live comfortably. We're going to have everything we need. We just won't own anything. We'll be plebes, owned by the state. Isn't that wonderful? So if you're taking this seriously, and I hope you are, I hope that what's happened in the U.S. over the course of the last several months, pretty well since Donald Trump took office, I hope that many of you are opening your eyes to realize how radical the left is and how bent they are on power and control, both nationally and internationally. And the Great Reset is their piece de resistance. It is the final most important part of their whole dominance theory. Anyways, I've really gone off the beaten path. I didn't want to do that. It's important you understand that the reason I'm doing this is I want to show people practical ways that they can resist and protect themselves. There's lots that you need to do, but one of the things you need to do while you still have time is protect your wealth. If you have any cash saved in banks, if you have any cash sitting around, or if you've invested in funds that are highly highly staked in equities or anything really, the government can get their hands on this. But one thing the government can't easily do is get your hands on your Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because it's just really foreign to them. The whole concept of cryptocurrency is decentralized ownership. So, as opposed to centralized ownership, which is what governments are all about, they want to own everything, they want to control everything. And currency, fiat currency, money that they create, is certainly something they control through the banks. And it's something they can confiscate and take from you. But Bitcoin wouldn't be as easy. And so, long and short of it is, if you want to find a way to protect yourself from the great wealth theft that is about to take place this year and next year, and right up until 2030, is to get serious about Bitcoin if you haven't. Now, there's many reasons to get involved in Bitcoin, and I'm not going to get into all of them right now, but this is definitely one of them. This is a hedge. This is a way in which you could protect your wealth from government confiscation. As I said, there are many other reasons why you'd want to invest in it. It's a great store of value. It's going to have, as time progresses, it's going to have many retail utilities. But I'm not going to get into that today. Now, I've said enough. Really, what I want to do in this little segment here is just kind of show you a way in which, if you're not familiar with Bitcoin, you don't know what it is, you don't understand it. And I plan to do a segment on what is Bitcoin, how to get it, how to keep it, and what to do with it. Okay, so that'll be coming up. But in the meantime, if you're not familiar, there's a way in which you can get and earn free Bitcoin. It doesn't cost you 1 red cent. You don't need to convert any of your existing cash in your banks and invest it in Bitcoin. You can spend a little bit of time every day getting and acquiring free Bitcoin. And it doesn't involve mining. I'm sure some of you might have heard the idea of Bitcoin mining, blockchain, all of those important phrases. Has nothing to do with mining. This is simply a website or websites. They're called faucets. Like if you go to the sink and you want to get water, you turn on the faucet. Well, consider these websites like a sink. If you want to go get yourself some Bitcoin, you can go to these websites, these sinks, and turn them on. And like water coming out of a faucet, you can earn free Bitcoin simply for visiting the site and clicking on a button and watching some of their ads, because that's how they make their money, is by having you come and look at their ads, and they pay you. They pay you Bitcoin. Now, this is one of the best ones. There are several out there, and over the course of the next little while, I'm going to do a little synopsis of many of them, but this is a really good one here. Cointiply. And so anyways, I want to take you through it. At the bottom of the link in this website, you'll see a link there for you to go and register. Please do that. I get a little bit. It's a referral link. So I just want to be right up front with you. Of course, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because this is my way of earning a living, a very small amount of living. And but if you hit that link, it'll take you to this website. You can register. All you need is an email address. That's it. As long as it's a legitimate email address. It's as simple as that. I use, by the way, I don't use Google. I don't use Safari. I don't use Firefox. I use Brave as my browser. That's my browser of choice because it protects me the most, and they've promised not to spy on me or to follow what I do on the internet. I'm all about privacy. So the reasons I love Bitcoin, because it's probably the most secure form of currency that is private and the government cannot track. So, and if you've learned anything in the recent little while with the tech giants basically freezing people's accounts, watching and spying on them, barring them and disbanding them, and squelching free speech because they've tracked them and they don't agree with them. Privacy and protection from prying eyes is more important than ever. And so getting the Brave browser, And I'll put a link to that also in this this little video presentation. Is part and parcel of that. Okay. So, anyways, go to cointiply.com through that link at the bottom of the screen and register. So I'm gonna just follow along with me. I'm gonna give you some of the highlights of this. So I want to log in here. So I got my email address, my password. Of course, you always get this, right? This captcha type. I like the reCAPTCHA. It's simple. I don't like to always have to answer the question that you get in, and then this is what you'll see when you first come into the website. It's just sort of like an all-purpose a Bitcoin faucet. You have the basic faucet capacity, but you have multiple other ways, streams in which, if you're interested, you can spend some time. And hey, listen, there's some of us like me who have more time than they cared to have because of COVID. So that's one of the reasons why I do this, because otherwise I'd be twiddling my thumbs. So this is what you see. This is your dashboard. So if you click on that, this just gives you an overview. Your name is right here, the level you're on. I'm already at 49. It took me about a couple of weeks. I just started this 3 weeks ago, by the way, but I was pretty earnest in getting involved. I wanted to find out if this was for real. And by the way, I've been paid 2 times now from this website. I've collected enough Bitcoin. There's a certain minimum you have to collect before you can cash out, and I've collected that and deposited into my Bitcoin wallet, which of course is another thing you'd have to get eventually, is a Bitcoin wallet. And I'll let you know all about that. So there's the dashboard. This just gives you an overview of the things that you need to, your profile. And I would encourage, when you get here, you spend some time just perusing the website. This is where you're going to want to spend a lot of your time, right here on this tab, earn coins. So the first thing is the faucet, roll the faucet. Okay. Cointiply faucet. So this is, we talked about Bitcoin faucets. Well, here it is. And in this case, this is simply the rolling of numbers, rolling of dice. So roll to win. So I'm going to click on that. And again, you get the captcha type. And I like to do this one. And this is always a pain, right? So you got to click on all the palm trees here. Make sure you get them all, because if you don't, then they'll make you do it over again. Verify. Once you get that check mark in the box, you can submit. And I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, I won 24 coins. Whoa, all right. So you can get up to 106 coins, depending on your roll. And this thing resets every hour. Okay, so every hour you can go back and claim some Bitcoin. Okay. Now that's not a lot. I'll be honest with you. This is, if this was a normal year for me, I wouldn't have time to do this because of my business, but I can't do what I normally do. So I'm trying to figure out ways in which I can educate myself and expand my horizon. I've been involved in Bitcoin for a long time, but researching these various faucets, which pays best, which is the best to deal with. I've been doing that. And so I'm sharing with you a little bit of my own experience and wealth of knowledge, so to speak, so you don't have to waste your time. Of course, you don't know who I am, but again, I'm just giving you what I've learned with all best intention. Of course, I'm hoping that you'll click on that link and become one of my referral partners. Not that that costs you anything, because this is all free, right? But every time you click on that faucet, I get like maybe half of a Bitcoin, a bit. A Satoshi, actually. It's not a real Bitcoin. It's not a full Bitcoin. Anyways, every hour that renews, resets, and then you can claim, and you get a little bit of Bitcoin. Okay. Of course, that's not the only way you can earn Bitcoin on this website. Then there's what's called view PTC ads, right? These are little advertisements that you can watch. They usually involve, anywhere from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. And so here's their view PTC ads. Okay. Let's go scroll down and show you. It's fairly lengthy. Okay. They've got quite a few here. And Now, the thing you have to realize with like Brave, I've got my security settings set quite low for Cointiply. Normally, I have it set really high, right? You'll have to remember that when you're on these sites, you have to put your shield down. If I trust this site for the most part. You put your shield down because the way they make their money is through advertising revenue, and if your shield's up, it's going to bar pop-ups and things of that nature. So, so I've got my shield way down. And then, of course, all you do here is earn Bitcoin for simply installing apps and referring friends. Okay. But the PTC ads is really simple. All you do is view this for 5 seconds and earn 9 coins. So you click on that. It'll take you to this page. Now you have to be on this page for 5 seconds. And of course, what they're hoping you'll do is you'll peruse this website, check it all out, right? Well, what you do is you go back to your Cointiply. Oh, see, I left too soon, so I got to go back. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, that's about 5 seconds. Oh, I went too soon. Okay. So, anyways, all right. So they won't let me do this. I'm going to have to skip that ad. Let's go over here. This one is another 5 seconds to earn 9 coins. So let's try this here. So let's stay on this for 5 seconds. Okay. This one's easy because it gives me a counter here. Now this is a Bitcoiner doing something I'm doing, but he's doing it in a Spanish or Portuguese language. I don't know. Anyways, this guy drives me crazy. When you hear him come on, you listen to his voice, it just drives you nuts. Oh, he's not coming on. Oh, there he is. I don't know what the deal with him is there. Anyways, so I've been on there longer than that. You're currently viewing Firefox with Bitcoin Crew. View the ad in the window that is both. Do not close the window. Well, I haven't closed it. What's the deal here? Okay, let's try this again. Let's try another one here. This is funny. What is going on here? Okay. Do you want to earn? Okay. Now, the other thing you realize is a lot of these ads, they're just full of scammers. Okay. So, it's interesting to see because Bitcoin is like the Wild West. It's like the gold rush, another way to put it. There is legitimate means of making wealth here, right? But there's also a lot of scamming going on because so many people are ignorant about what Bitcoin really is, what the blockchain is, how to invest in it, how to secure it, what to do with it, why you would even invest in Bitcoin, and then there's all these other cryptocurrencies. They're called altcoins. Investing in Ethereum. This is another kind of cryptocurrency. Now, I happen to own Bitcoin and Ethereum and a few other coins, but it's through Ethereum mostly that you can invest in all these other altcoins. They're called tokens. So let's see what's going on. So there's a problem. What is going on with this? Is really bad. Well, okay. I do not know what is going on here. There's 40 seconds left. Well, I'm not really interested viewing a website. Let's try this again. There's something going on here. Let's try this one. View for 8 seconds and earn 8 cryptocurrencies. So let's just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this should work now. I haven't had any problem with Cointiply on this. This is really bad. View the ad. Yeah, this is bad. I don't know what they're doing. You know. What is going on with their website? Now, normally what you do is you go here and you go to your, activity payment, and this will tell you, okay, there was a 20 that you saw that those are 24 coins I got for rolling. There's also a loyalty bonus. Every day you go back, if you go back and, every day they give you a bonus, which is kind of cool. In this case, I got 4 coins. It's like interest almost. but it's not. I mean, there is a way to make interest. You can actually deposit your Bitcoin with this website, and they'll treat it like they're a crypto bank and pay you interest. But I'm concerned about what is going on here. This is really bad. But I'm not. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm videoing this. No, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, normally what happens is you view it for that period of time, and then a counter will come up, and to verify that you've watched it, you will. So something's clearly going on here, and I got to get to the bottom of this. Anyways, let's leave it at that. So view PC ads. It should work for you. I'd be really interested if you give me some of your feedback, if you watch this ad, and let me know what's happening on your end. Then there's the play multiplier. Now, I am not a gambler by nature. I did it once just for the heck of it, lost all of my Bitcoin, which wasn't a lot. It was very, very little. So I'm not big into this. But if you're into gambling, into games of chance, then you're going to have a fun time with this, and you can earn some legitimate coin. You can also lose a lot of coin. Okay, so just letting you know about that. So do you have that option of, and then you can play games. Okay, so here's their little instructions, and you click on this. And then what it says is you earn 33 coins will be awarded every time your activity bar fills up. So right now we're currently at 0. Now, to get 33 coins, you got to basically spend an hour playing any one of these games. Okay. Just so you know. And the way you earn your money is, I happen to really like this uh, Mahajan or whatever. It's a Chinese game. Um, really bad at pronouncing Chinese names. Play it. What happens is you get an ad that comes up like this, right? And you got to watch the ad. The ad takes about 10 seconds. And then he gets into the game. You play the game. So there's the game. Okay. It's an interesting game. And then after you finish playing the game, so you see that because we watched that ad, my bar went up by 22%. But I basically would have to spend an hour because this game takes about anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes to play. And I'd have to do that about 5 times before I get my. Now, the cool thing is, let's say I decide, oh, I don't want to play anymore. So you get out of that and you go back to your dashboard or whatever it is you want to look at. You want to review your coins right there. Now, I don't have a lot of coins in here right now because I just I withdrew my last stash and put it into my own personal Bitcoin wallet. But for example, I walk away from the game and then I decide maybe, tonight or first thing in the morning, or let's say I'm not sleeping well at night. I decide, hey, let's go revisit that game. So I can go here. Yeah, I'm clearly having issues with my web. Something's going on. I don't know. This is, I apologize for this. It's a bit of a headache. Go to play the game. I come back here and it should. Oh, okay. So it's backed me up to 0. So there's something going on here, folks. I'm going to have to figure out what's happening. But that shouldn't have happened. What should have happened is that you should have recognized I had 22% in already, and just gone from there. And that's generally what will happen in your case. Let me just get rid of some of these tabs here. Make sure that's not the issue, although I don't think it is. Okay, what else can I show you? And then the other thing is probably the aspect of this site that pays the best, and it's where I've been able to make the most so-called Bitcoin coin, is through surveys. Now, again, this is only if you do not have a really busy day and you're already not that busy with your whatever it is you do for employment, or you have other meaningful projects throughout the day. But if you are like me and COVID has radically changed your life, and you've been wondering what the heck to do, and you've been watching the news and following and feeling like, oh my goodness, things are just really going to pot. As I say, getting to know what Bitcoin is and how how to acquire it and how to keep it and what uses it's for is very, very vitally important, I think. And these faucets are just a cool way of learning a bit more about Bitcoin and acquiring some. But the the most lucrative aspect of these crypto faucet websites is the survey offers. Now on Cointiply, they're in partnership with a bunch of survey companies. And some of these might be familiar to you if you've done surveys like Theorem Reach or Your Surveys or AdSend Media or AdGate Media. Pollfish. I wouldn't bother with Pollfish. They're notoriously terrible of getting into. They waste a ton of your time on qualifying questions. You could spend like 15 minutes on them, and then they tell you, the survey doesn't apply to you, and you've wasted all that time. And all of them do that, but Pollfish is the worst. The reason why I'm bringing out surveys is if you want to make a lot of coin in a least amount of time, surveys is the way to do it. I like Theorem Reach mostly because when you're on the site, for example, you see 3 minutes can, if you qualify, give you 4,488 coins. That's not bad. Okay, now Cointiply coins doesn't mean Bitcoins. Cointiply pays you in coins. They have a valuation, and then their coins represent X number of Bitcoin bits. So in this case, like I've got 965 Cointiply coins. They give me a dollar value that basically is 9 cents. It's like a dime. I know some of you are going, just wait to spend. I'll explain why in a bit. And then, of course, that represents very little bit of Bitcoin. I mean, 1 Bitcoin is right here. You see where the decimal point is. This is the decimal point to the 7th degree, right? So it's very, very little. But this is actually a good time to say this. Some people are going to laugh and go, "What a waste of time! Look at you're hardly making any money," and that's true. You're only like it's like bending down and picking up nickels and dimes. Every hour somebody throws a couple nickel and dimes on the ground. Now, are you the type of person to just go, I couldn't be bothered, or are you going to go down, bend down, and pick it up? I'm the type of person that would bend down and pick it up because eventually that adds up to something, right? Now, if it was just a nickel and a dime every now and then, but if it was consistently on a constant basis, and I know that dime or that nickel, because of inflation, is going to actually be more valuable next year or next week or next month or next year or 5 years, then it's worth spending time picking up all those nickels and dimes, because eventually, even though right now the buying power of that nickel is maybe like, back in my day, and I'm probably saying more than I should. Back in my day, a nickel could get me a piece of gum. I don't think it can get you that anymore. But that was the buying power of a nickel back in my day. Now imagine a scenario where every day that nickel, the buying power of that nickel increases in value, which is what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin came out of the market in 2009, right after the big economic bank crash in 2008. And it started off at 0 cents of value for 1 Bitcoin. It was valueless. Within the span of 2 years, it jumped up to $30 and then to 270. And then it went up to $1,000. And then just recently in 2017, it was rated at $20,000 US for 1 Bitcoin. And then, of course, just recently, as in like 4 days ago, the valuation of Bitcoin was nearly 40,000 US for one. Now there's been a bit of a correction, and there might still be more of a correction, but Bitcoin, all the main experts are indicating that as a store of value, it has the potential of reaching 100 to 200 to 300,000 US greenbacks for 1 Bitcoin. And that's over the next few years. And there's various reasons for it. We're not going to get into it. So my point is, yes, spending time on these websites to pick up basically a nickel's worth of Bitcoin seems really silly. But given what I've just told you and the fact that Bitcoin is increasing in value as we speak, then spending that time and grabbing that nickel, even though it's just a nickel, might ultimately be worth lot more next week, next month, next year. So it's certainly worth your time. And the point is, I have made some decent coin spending my time collecting these free Bitcoins. And as I've gathered them and collected them and pooled them together and put them in my wallet, I've seen that free portfolio grow exponentially. Okay, enough of that. So here you see for 3 minutes, you can get 4,488 coins. So, you click on that and then you get some qualifying questions like this. Do you have any teens? Blah, blah, blah. None of the above. And then just for that, they're telling me, sorry, that survey doesn't work for me. So then I go to the next one. They're a match. I click on that. They give me some qualifying questions to do. I'm not going to do that right now. If you qualify, you can make some good coin. The nice thing about Theorem Reach is even if you don't qualify after you spend like a minute or so on it, and they say, no, the survey doesn't apply to you, they'll still award you anywhere from 40 to 100 coins just for spending a little bit of time on their website, So that's really cool. And let's see, sometimes it happens. What's this here? On a scale of 1 to 5, which now they do want you to be very honest, with what you're doing here. And anyways, I'm not going to spend time on the survey. That was not the point of this. So let's go back here. So that's Theorem Reach, okay? And the potential of earning real coins. So here's the thing. These are all the various ways in which you can earn money on their website. The top of the line being completing surveys. That's where you're going to make the most bang for your buck in terms of time. You can watch videos, just like watching those ads, watch a video, they pay you a couple bits. It's not a lot. And then after you've earned a certain amount, and with Cointiply, you've got to have 50,000 coins, okay? 50,000 coins before you can withdraw your money, okay? So you come here and you have the option of withdrawing it into a Bitcoin wallet or withdrawing it into a Doge wallet. It's another kind of cryptocurrency. I'm big on Bitcoin, so every time I come here, I want to deposit my coins. Now, I have to have a minimum of 50,000 in order to proceed. Without that, this won't go anywhere. Okay. So how do you get 50,000 Bitcoins when you're rolling those faucets and the most you're going to get is 100 coins? Well, completing surveys. So, you spend a morning, like an hour or two, if you have that kind of time as a result of COVID. And my suggestion is you spend it on your surveys. You got to get qualified, though. And the best way to get qualified is to be on that site. Mornings and afternoons is usually the best time throughout the week to do these surveys, to be honest and get qualified. And once you get qualified, you get rated. And you'll find that they're more interested in you once you've been rated and you've proven yourself, you've got a track record. But with your surveys, you generally get paid 6,125 coins for doing a survey. And a survey can last anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. Okay. And there you have it. You do about what? Close to 15 of these surveys, and you'll have enough to withdraw 50,000 Bitcoins and put that right into your wallet. So this is just if you don't want to spend your own money and invest your own money in Bitcoin, you just want to figure it out. This is one way of doing it. Okay. So anyways, I've spent enough time here kind of going through this. The website hasn't behaved the way it should. That's too bad, but it is what it is. I still stand by Cointiply only because I've spent 3 weeks on the site and I've made some coin and I've withdrawn it and it's in my wallet and it's legit. And I've spent a lot of time on at least 20 other Bitcoin faucets, and Cointiply is one of the better ones, one of the best, in fact. And there's multiple ways in which you can earn money. Oh, and another one that I think is really worthwhile is this here, right here. This is the current rain pool. If you want to be part of the rain pools, where the website and even the members of the community, Cointiply, can all basically put in a bit of money. Like how it's like, a lottery, and everybody puts in a buck, and then they pull out numbers at the end of the evening to see who wins. Well, that's what this is like. So you join, and I think it just takes a half of a Bitcoin from you. You click on that, click to qualify for Rain Pool. They give you basically a little bit of an outline of what's involved. You press I understand, and then you'll see that little dot was red, now is green. So in the time frame that this pool is in existence, it's usually about an hour. I will share in the winnings, and generally everybody shares. It's a lot. It's very little, but it's something to do. So when you're on the site, make sure you press that. And of course, you have to take part in one or two activities in order to qualify. But I already did that, so I automatically qualified. Anyways, please tell me what you think about this overview of Cointiply. If there's anything that I've missed or something that you find interesting and you want to share with me, please do so. Please subscribe like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. And please, 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 I will just ask, please register with this site if you're interested in finding out and doing this on your own. I am going to do some videos on how to get a Bitcoin wallet, which are the best ones. And I'm going to get into overviewing exchanges, Bitcoin exchanges, where you can exchange and trade your Bitcoin, how you can get cash back. I'm going to do an overview on Bitcoin ATMs. I mean, there's lots of people doing this, so I'm not the first one. But I hope you enjoy the in-depth review I've done here. Over and all, Cointiply, as I said, is one of the best Bitcoin faucet sites, and so that's why I was happy to recommend it, despite the problems I had with their PTC ads. Let's try it one more time. I have a feeling it has something to do with the fact that I'm taking this video, although I still don't get why that would be the issue. Maybe we'll get lucky here. No, something's changed here. Okay. Well, anyways, that's it, my friends. Have a wonderful evening. This is BitKing, and we'll see you soon. Take care.